with this game, MW3, Sledgehammer has been putting out really good new maps. If they launched MW3 with the new set of maps and then threw in, the MW2 like remastered maps, I think a lot of people would appreciate this game more. People are getting bored of the nostalgic maps, right? I think anybody that's been playing COD already knew that was going to happen. It's not even like an insane math equation either. Treyarch just knows, okay, you know what? We have a lot of nostalgic maps we can bank on, but let's not do that and just treat this as a new game because it is a new game. And now we have a backlog of a bunch of great maps that we can remaster and just sprinkle them in.
Welcome, everybody, to episode number 182 of the COD Casuals podcast. We're your host, Mike.
I'm Justin.
Justin, how we doing, brother?
Doing pretty good.
Hell yeah.
It's a hot day today.
It is toasty.
Very hot day.
Yeah, you've gone sleeveless, bro.
Yep.
And I don't blame
sleeveless. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's hot as hell in this room.
Of course, the day that we record, it's like the hottest day this week.
Yeah.
Because it's supposed to rain the rest of the week.
The only thing I will say that's good about today is that it's not as humid.
Yeah, there's a slight breeze.
Yeah.
So,
like, I totally underestimated the heat this morning. I went out this morning, I was skateboarding, and then it was getting hot, took my shirt off, and then I checked when I got home, roasted.
yeah.
My whole back is destroyed. I was like, God damn it, you know. But that's how I go, dude. If I'm outside for half an hour or something like that, with no sunscreen on, forget it.
Oh, yeah, you need the sunscreen.
Yeah, bro. But I'm not even gifted. Like, I can't even get a slight tan.
Yeah.
Like, I have to burn, and then I
get the tan.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I have to go walk through coals in order to do it. But yeah, dude, thankfully the humidity's gone, and it's, like I said, it is hot today, but I didn't even know it was going to rain the rest of the week. That kind of sucks.
Yeah, well, it should cool everything down.
Yeah.
Well, it better.
I
Or it just makes it more humid
Yeah.
if it gets hot again.
Well, that's what was happening, bro, is we get these, like, rain showers, and then it'd be, like, some of my favorite weather, like, looks-wise, is after it's rained, and then it's nice and sunny.
Yeah.
But, dude, it was like living in Malaysia. It was so hot after
Yeah.
that. I was like, nah, that. I'd go for a walk, and you'd think I'd run a marathon.
Oh, yeah, it's so bad. Like, yeah, this during lunch, I went for a walk, and I was just drenched when I came back.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely drenched.
Yeah, it's like these are days where if you go outside, like I plan my showers around it,
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to go shower before I exercise this morning. Like, there's no shot, because now I'm going to be doing 3 a day.
Yeah, I wish I was gifted to the people that, like, just don't sweat a lot. Like, they naturally don't sweat, but apparently that's a really bad thing. Like, if you sweat a lot, that's really healthy because you have sweat glands. And the people that don't sweat a lot, they have a problem with, like, getting rid of, like, the
toxins.
Yeah, the toxins in, like, your body.
Yeah.
Well, but it is kind of like those people that just don't sweat at all. Very lucky.
Yeah, there's definitely, they got the trade-offs,
Yeah.
Like, it's good in the sense, like you're just saying, but yeah, bro, I don't know. I sweated an okay amount, not as much as you, but bro, like, just going outside, I could just feel it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, taking off your shirt and stuff, it's just heavy.
Yeah, and you're trying to take off your shirt and it's just sticking to you.
Bro. Everyone knows that feeling.
Yeah,
but
it sucks.
Otherwise, though, bro, we've been chilling.
Yeah, we've been good.
Fine.
Yeah.
I've been playing COD.
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep up with it.
This, I mean, they can't tell in this room, but, like, we backed up a bit more.
Oh, yeah.
Because there are no dressers or drawers here. Actually, no, I think back in, like, 179, there are no drawers here.
Yeah.
But they can't see the opposite side. The setup's gone.
Yeah, if, like, from where we're looking, where the camera is right now, there'd be, like, your 3 monitors, your desk and everything.
Yeah.
All that shit's gone. Yeah, when I walked in, it was just kind of like
I should take a picture. I'll put this up for you guys, for anybody, like, watching on YouTube.
Yeah, and you can go and see it right now, like the live shot. It is, there's just a bunch of wires and shit everywhere. It's weird every time I've come here now. And we've been in these moments, like this summer, where one of us has been away for an extensive time. And then you come back, and then it's gone. And now next time I come back, I'm sure when we do 183, you were saying it's going to be even worse.
Yeah. Morgan, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. A lot of history happened right here, dude.
The entire, dude.
Yeah.
The entire
180.
podcast.
It's going to be
crazy.
probably, 183 episodes.
Yeah.
Because probably by 184, you'd assume, right, we might be out of here.
Yeah.
By that time.
Yeah.
We probably only have, like I said, maybe 1 or 2 more episodes in here, and then that's it. So it'll be a new chapter.
Yeah.
It's going to be a new look for the podcast.
Yeah.
It's going to be dope. I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
But,
it's so weird, like, just having nothing here.
Yeah, and for you too, bro. Like your whole childhood, your whole life has been in this room, right?
Yeah.
Like, this has been your only bedroom in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Sad as shit.
Yeah, it is weird.
I-
Especially once all this stuff, once everything's actually gone, it's gonna be really, really weird.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I don't want to get all sad and emotional. He starts tearing up and shit.
no, we'll when we know it's the last episode, we'll dedicate like all that stuff in here, the memories in this.
Yeah. No, for sure, dude. But yeah, bro. I mean, like you on the plus side, you've been grinding with your house, getting all that stuff figured out, and that's been going well for you, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I'm putting together my office. I have the desk together and stuff, and like one set of drawers, and trying to put like the monitors up and stuff. I'm just like cable managing everything now, and that's just the worst part because you have to dedicate a whole day to that, or you're doing what I'm doing and breaking it up in like a couple of days. But it sucks because I'd rather just do it all in one shot, because then you remember like what you were gonna do throughout the whole day, instead of like, oh, I'm gonna route this cable here, and then you take a break. Next day you're like, why did I run this cable this way here? And yeah, but that's gonna be done. I need to take my work monitor and that arm like back today, and then put that on, and then I should be good for the most part, and then I can move my desk to where it should be, and then like put all the drawers and stuff together. And after that, like it's just like organizing like all the little stuff.
Yeah.
Then I'm good.
Hell yeah, bro.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
I know. It is.
But what you gonna do about it, you know?
Yeah.
Have you been playing Call of Duty at all in like a past week or so?
I've played maybe like once.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think one, maybe twice. Can't remember, because sometimes, like, usually nowadays, if or the past couple of weeks, if I have time, like at night, like talking like later at like 11, 12 o'clock,
Yeah.
I'll hop on, play like a couple games.
Yeah, just to make sure.
Yeah, and then sign off. But no, yeah, I mean, the last time I really played was when the double XP was happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's been a minute for sure.
Yeah. I'm just glad I got the double XP. Probably what's going to happen is like the next time they announce double XP, which I don't know when that's going to be. Hopefully it's soon so that I can hop back on and just take advantage of that again, and then
be done with the season.
yeah, be done with the season. Yeah.
Season 5, and then you don't
I don't
have to
even know
worry
how
about
much
it.
time is left in the season. 'Cause, I mean, it's a lot. It's still the beginning of the season.
Yeah, there's probably like 40 something days, like
High 40s.
Yeah, like 40.
Yeah.
7
I'm
days
good.
left.
I'm good.
Yeah. No, we're totally fine. I'll tell you too. I'd mentioned last week, I think, that I got the Astro A30s. Bro,
Yeah.
they came in today. Fire.
Nice. Yeah.
Dude, they're totally sick. Like
Yeah.
I love them because I don't know, people have like the Astro A20s, and I love that headset. I mean, like, it's phenomenal. The only thing too was the ear muffs themselves were like getting hella dirty, like mine were, at least. I don't know if you've had that before, but they just looked like
Yeah.
scummy.
Mine are dirty, but I wouldn't say they're like, I don't know, like super worn down.
Yeah.
Like if I just brush them off, like they look perfectly fine.
Yeah, I tried to, and I couldn't.
Yeah.
So I was like,
Yeah.
And then I showed you one of them too. One of the cups came off,
Yeah, yours were
and I tried to
messed
glue.
up.
Yeah, bro. It's, you know what it is? It's because when I go to New Hampshire, or when I when I moved
travel
out of
with
my
them.
house. Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
When I moved out, because they don't come with a case.
Yeah, but see, that's like the point of the A10s and A20s though, because like they're way more durable. Like if you had the A40s or A50s, those things probably would have broke.
Yeah,
Like within the travel, if you're not like
caring for them.
actively caring for them. Yeah, like the A20s, you can like just stretch apart.
Yeah.
and, like twist, and that's the whole point of like those. That's why they're not metal.
Yeah, that's what I've noticed with those ones compared to now the A30s, because the A30s come with a case. And thing I really like about it, it's just like dumb shit. But you know how with the A20s, you have to plug it into the USB, and then it has that little box?
Yeah.
This one just has a USB drive, and you just plug it in the back, and then you click pair with the Bluetooth, and it works that way. It's just things like that. I'm like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, it just makes it easier.
Less clutter.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just nice and clean in the back. But I was bugging because the set that I have, it's for PS5 and PC. And when I went plugged it in, I mean, it's like the easiest thing. You just, pair Bluetooth, and then it's like, you're good. But I had it on, and I was like, man, this is so quiet. Like, what the hell? And I'm jacking the volume up, and then it's letting me know it's at the max. I'm like, oh no, this ain't good. I was like, dude, this is like this is way too silent. Like, I don't know what the hell to do. And then I looked it up on Reddit, and some guy had the same problem, and the guy's like, oh yeah, if it's a white light, that's PC. If you click it and it switches to a blue light, that's PlayStation.
Gotcha.
So then I went and did that, and then all of a sudden my shit was so loud. I was like, hey, yo.
Yeah,
dial it down. But I can really like tell the difference with it. It's really, really nice.
Oh yeah, I mean, like, we got our 820s, like, when they first like launched them, because those were the 810s and 820s were the budget, like, friendly version for Astros, because they only had the A40s and A50s. Then they announced like that, and now they're making more products.
Yeah, so. I remember getting the my pair of 820s during Black Ops 4. That's when I got it. So it's been like 5 years, right?
Yeah,
5, 6.
No, longer than that.
When did
Black Ops 4 came out in 2016?
So they 8 years then I've had that. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Well, hold on though. No, because I wasn't playing Black Ops 4 during that time.
Oh yeah.
So it was
2019.
Like, yeah. So it's been. It's been the 5 years.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I've had mine since, I think, Black Ops 4. Actually, yeah. No, definitely Black Ops 4. Cause wait, no, I think it was way before. I want to say it was like.
I feel like you did have it before because you convinced me to get them. You were like, bro, you need to hop off the.
I think
Bluetooth mic.
I had it. What came after? Oh yeah, I had it like during BO3.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, like yeah. What COD came out? No, not BO3. Fuck. What was it called?
World War II.
World War II. Yeah. I had it like during that time, but I was playing BO3 during that time.
Right.
Yeah.
Because again,
that's still
World War II stock shit.
When was that? Like 20.
When did World War II come out?
Yeah.
Let's go see because I forget now. I get so jumbled up with this. 17.
17. Okay. Yeah. 2017. Yeah.
It's a long time.
Yeah.
7 years having it. I mean, we're like this with tech, but man, I have put my time into those headsets.
Yeah.
I mean, bro, I look at
100 and it was like 100. I thought I got it on sale for $100.
Yeah,
but I think it's originally 120.
Yeah,
like dude, 120 for a headset, like
is insane.
Worth. Like you're good. You did its time.
And bro, I look too, like on the Call of Duty app. And it says over 1,000 hours. It's like, I can't remember how much I have now, but I just look at that and then I looked at because I threw them away.
Yeah.
I just looked at him and I'm just like, yeah, I did my time with this. Like, 1,000 hours wearing that fucking headset. I'm like, and that's just COD.
Yeah.
You know, every other game, forget about it. So I don't even know. We're talking, fractions of a penny per hour of gameplay.
The headset did its job.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So now I got my new thing with the A30s. Like A30s, they have them out, 180, which ain't that bad. No, they're really nice. The thing I like about them too is the cup. They come off.
Yeah. So you can like customize them.
Yeah, and like part of my problem too, like I wouldn't have gotten rid of those headphones like as quickly. I mean, it had that little like lagging out or like cutting out in the audio, but it was more just. Like that thing kept coming off that ear cup. Those, I looked on their site. You can go and buy those as an accessory if you want to replace them or anything like that. So it's like, man, I'll probably have that headset in my 30s. Like definitely.
Yeah. You'll have it just as long as A20s, if not longer.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's really, really nice. So if you don't have a good headset, you got to invest in one.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. You definitely have to invest into a headset.
I would say invest in a good headset over getting a scuff controller.
Yeah, definitely. Headset makes like the game whatever game you're playing so much better.
Yeah, it's not just COD. Like COD is obviously way better and it's easier with it, but every game that I play, I much prefer to put the headset on because you can just actually hear like the audio, what it's supposed to be like.
It's more immersive.
Yeah, for sure. But dude, main thing I wanted to talk about today, since I texted you about this, I think it was yesterday or today, just to make sure that we had heard about it because this was fucking insane. Like if you didn't see that Black Ops 6 got leaked and there was a lot of gameplay and a whole bunch of leaks just regarding what we're going to see in the game, I don't know where you've been. This was kind of a shock. I think from what I'd heard, it was just one person who ended up doing all of this. So shout out that person.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to them.
Yeah, right.
Who knows if they're still alive. They're in the same place where the GTA 6 leaker is.
No, right, literally.
Yeah. But dude, they put out so much stuff about the game. We got actual gameplay. We got maps. Like, we got a lot of stuff. I thought we could just talk about it. I mean, first off, like, when you saw this, were you tweaking too?
Yeah, I was like, someone just leaked this entire gameplay. I mean, like, it happens every year, but this was like long and clear. Usually the leaked gameplay is like 8-bit quality and you can't like tell really what's happening. But this was actual gameplay. And it was so funny because the person was dog shit at the game, like moving around. And then the on X, the person was playing like, I was playing really bad because of like it's unreleased, blah, blah, whatever. And I'm like, dude, first off, like, the fact that you care about that over the fact that you just leaked the upcoming COD is crazy to me because other people are saying this person's so bad.
Right.
Like, dude, what? But regardless, the game looks really good. The gameplay of it, I was watching, I was like, how fast your character moves. It seems like it's there is no stop and run. Like, you just have full sprint all the time, which is what Cold War was. That's what you need. Just go. And even though his gameplay was really bad, but you could just see the omni-movement in work, and it was so smooth. Like, you could tell he was moving his thumbstick just like in a square, and it looked so smooth.
Yeah. Bro, there were so many shots of him where he would be diving off to like the left or right and still shooting. Or like one where he leaned back and was shooting. Yeah. Bro, I can't fucking wait.
And the look of it just looks like an older COD.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it. It's like, I'm sure it's more high res when the game actually comes out, but it kind of reminds me of Cold War a little bit. And the weapon that he was using was it looked like the DMR from Cold War, but it sounded really good. It looked really good. So I'm amped for this game even more. Yeah. And it's so funny. Everybody replying to this was, Treyarch will never let us down. And doesn't seem like they will.
Dude, I agree. I don't think they will. I mean, we kind of had the assumption that they wouldn't. And then sure enough, we end up seeing this. And yeah, dude, the first thing that I thought of, it immediately took me to Cold War. I was just like, man, this looks like Cold War. And I saw people saying that. They're like, man, this is Cold War in a bad way. I'm like, brother, you're tweaking. Cold War is like one of the best CODs of all time. I would like in the years later on, it'll be looked back as one of the best ever. Definitely the best in the past few years that we've had. So this, like, seeing the points and just the way like all the badges and stuff when you get kills reminds me of Cold War. And yeah, just some of the sounds. It looks and just I don't know. It reminds me of that so much. And I mean, I love that COD. I want to have that one back. So anything that they can to try to make it as similar to that, because that COD was moving in the right direction. So I'm hoping they keep it up with this one.
Yeah, this was first time in a while where I've seen like, well, first off, the leak, like I said, was really, really clear. But I saw it, I was like, whoa, this makes me even more excited for the COD. And I mean, I am pretty excited for the next COD, but I'm always skeptical, like a little bit. But going into this Treyarch one, like, you know, I'm gambling everything on this game. Like, they're gonna do a good job. And now that we've seen this and like a short clip of the game, that reinforces it even more that they're gonna do a great job.
Yeah,
I'm never betting on them again, especially after going into Cold War, because I remember like I was slightly skeptical about it. I was like, man, we got MW19. That was like not the best game. Then we got Vanguard, and that game was Vanguard. And then we got MW2. You know, when we went through it, MW3 is definitely the best game since 2019, in like our opinions, by far. Yeah. Like, it's the most well-balanced game and cleaned up in a while. And, you know, so when Cold War came out, I was really happy about it, but I was skeptical about it.
Yeah, and I think that's fair to be that way, because I feel the same too. Even though we do, you know, the podcast and everything all based around Call of Duty, it's not that I just and I know you don't, we don't just blindly go into these games thinking they're going to be the greatest ever. You want to hope that, of course, because the amount of time we're going to be putting in regardless, I'm like, I hope that this is an enjoyable 1,000 hours that I lock into this game and not, a really difficult one. But I think of any year that you're going to be skeptical now, like in the past few years, we've seen some of the developers that I will continue to be skeptical about. But Treyarch, the way they're looking right now and have in the past, I think they always get that pass where I'm like, yeah, take my money. Because I know you're going to succeed and you're going to put something up that's honestly, it's worth that $70,
Yeah. And yeah, like for you, it was you passing on BO4 and then you just like the fact that you skipped 2019. Well, you played 2019 and then you're like, nah,
shit.
I'm going to go back and play a game a year older and just went all the way to Master Prestige.
Yeah.
Like that says a lot about Treyarch and the games that they put out. And then they had between BO4 they had MW 2019, then Vanguard, and then Cold War. And see, even in those couple of years I was like, okay, I do trust Treyarch, but they're going back to boots on the ground. The last two CODs, the stupid tax sprint's not the best. All right. And then Treyarch was and on top of that, I remember they were like, we're not that deep into development of Cold War. Like, this game might not come out. And everybody was like, what? What do you mean it's not going to come out? And it had no campaign. And it only came out with 8 maps.
Yeah.
So everybody was like, dude, what the heck? Like, this is, like, we're worried about it. Then the game comes out and it's been the best COD in, like, recent years.
Yeah, I mean, Black Ops 4, Black Ops 4 without a campaign was definitely divisive. And then, like you said, just overall with that whole thing, like that style of Call of Duty, I think they ended when they needed to. And yeah, Cold War, again, like you said, being kind of a late filled project with only 8 maps, it was definitely tense. You were like, I don't know if this is going to really work. It turns out it did, and it was phenomenal. And even that game, because like you said at the beginning, there's always been leaks in every COD. As far as I can remember, like I remember Cold War getting leaked. Same thing with Vanguard, like they all do. I always wonder how this happens, though. How do people end up leaking this? Like this guy, whoever he is, apparently he did this on some like jailbreaked PS4. Like I don't understand that. How you get this information and then are able to post it, It baffles me every year that there's just one person out there who ends up being the savior for the whole community.
Yeah.
It's like, guys, we're in good hands, or guys, we're fucked.
Yeah.
Like before it comes out, But yeah, we got like again a lot of videos of it, and then we got some menu stuff, which this is what I was really excited about. Is there's 24 maps at launch, which is insane. And then some of the returning ones, I'm fairly sure that it's confirmed from like I think it was one of the trailers that there was like a Nuketown thing in there.
Oh yeah, Nuketown's coming.
And it wouldn't be a shock anyway because that's just a staple. But the other
zombies.
one, and it was zombies too. Another one too is Hacienda and Firing Range. Dude, if Hacienda comes back, I am all up in that shit.
Yeah.
I love that map. I had to like, it just like took me back. It was like one of those, like they just said that. Like I read it. I'm like, Hacienda?
Yeah.
And I looked at the map and I was like,
Black Ops 4.
I was like, oh my God. Dude, that map is fucking insane.
Yeah.
And I hope that this is just the beginning of that they have some remastered maps to fold in with the new maps.
Yeah, me too. And like, again, with this game, MW3, we've said it last episode that Sledgehammer has been putting out really good new maps, especially after they've decided, all right, let's make a lot of 3-lane maps. And the new maps they've been adding have been really good. If they launched MW3 with the new set of maps and then threw in, the MW2 like remastered maps, or better, the remastered MW3 maps, I think a lot of people would appreciate this game more. Because they're like, everybody is like tired of MW3, right? Because it's towards the end of the COD cycle, but also, people are getting bored of the nostalgic like maps, right? Which I think anybody that's been playing COD like already knew that was going to happen. But the fact that Treyarch It's not even like an insane math equation either. Treyarch just knows, okay, you know what? Maybe we have a lot of nostalgic maps we can bank on. But let's not do that and just treat this as a new game because it is a new game. And now we have a backlog of a bunch of great maps that we can remaster and just sprinkle them in during the season. Like, could you imagine getting getting like Hacienda and then I don't even like it's another good map. There's a lot of good maps.
I know. I'm trying to think. From Black Ops
Raid.
4?
Imagine getting Raid and Hacienda like in one season together.
Yeah.
Two really good maps. On top of the new maps that they're already creating.
Right.
Like, again, it's not an insane math equation. It's pretty, I don't know, it's pretty straightforward to me.
Yeah, it seems straightforward to me too. I think what all of like the developers of Call of Duty have learned, and at least they should have from MW3, is that this model of totally pushing all the chips in on the remastered maps just doesn't work. I think it was a really good idea in hindsight. You know, like when you're getting all excited about it, but then when you're actually putting it into practice, it doesn't work. And I think the model, and I really say this because I had a talk with some guy on Twitter who was saying that, oh, the remastered maps, you know, it's boring. Like, we don't want that. We just want to have all new maps. And I do agree. I think there needs to be a balance, though. Whereas out of 24 maps, if you have maybe 5 of them or 6 of them that are remasters from older CODs or like reimagined versions, I think that is a way better route to go, because those remastered maps, those are like little treats. When you see them, you're like, oh shit, Hacienda, you know, like let's go and play that. You know, it's that, or they're like one of the new maps, instead of it just being like, you feel like maybe Hacienda and Raid, you know, but then you get that 8 or 9 times in like an hour of playing. You know what I mean? After a while, it wears off. Something like this, I think it'll help like that decline on it. I think it'll help it a lot.
Yeah, and even if those maps are like great, they're really banking on the fact that their game is amazing, where you can sit and play for hours and hours on those same maps. Which is, look, that's fair. Because, I mean, we played Cold War, and we played a ton of Raid, a ton of Moscow, but again, like, it was Treyarch, and their game was great. It felt really, really good. And, you know, they were able to execute on that. But for, like, Sledgehammer and Infinity Ward, like, you're really, really banking on your game being very, very great. And, like, I believe that they should think that, but I mean, come on. Like we said, the MW3 was basically a DLC that everyone said, right? And you can't please, you know, either side. Like MW2 had brand new maps, and then everybody wanted the, you know, nostalgic maps, right? I would go back and play Hotel and well, I don't even remember the other maps. Hotel, see, oh yeah, Farm. But like Hotel stood out for me because of competitive.
Right.
Like I liked Hotel. I would play Hotel again in MW3.
Or was Mercado?
Yeah.
Another one.
And I do.
Yeah.
Like, if those come up, I vote for those.
Right.
But, you know, yeah, the whole nostalgic factor, it wears off so fast. And we could have told you that it wasn't going to work like that. Like,
yeah,
it's a very quick money grab in the beginning when the game launches, creates a bunch of hype, and then after that, you know, people play, you know, hours and hours, and then you're just bored again.
Yeah, I think this is honestly, it's a bigger conversation in all of gaming, because a lot of gaming developers have been for years just cashing in on nostalgia of players, you know? I mean, dude, how many times do you see in the PlayStation Store, you know, Last of Us remastered or put on PS5? Oh, Metal Gear Solid, it's the HD collection, the GTA Definitive Edition. And it's like, I mean, man, I played most of those games and I love them. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I'm guilty. I've bought, you know, quite a few of them because they do cash in on my nostalgia. But I also, too, am mindful that when I buy these games, bro, I ain't paying $50, $60. Like, Rockstar charging $60 for 3 GTAs that are, like, older than most of the people are going to be playing them are fucking insane.
Yeah.
Like, give me that game for, like, 15 or 20. and I'm in. You know?
Yeah.
And they're doing the same thing, but they're like, oh, let's go and charge these people $70. And it's like after a while, especially in a game like that, it's gonna wear thin, and you're not even gonna bother anymore.
Yeah, and like speaking on that, like I don't, you know me, I play games once normally and then I'm done. Like I don't buy remastered games because I've already played the game. Like I understand buying a remastered game when they actually did something with it. Like they just didn't port it over to the next version.
Like Resident Evil.
Yeah, yeah. And like, okay, like the least that they can do is make it more high res and, you know, clean up the graphics to where it should be at the current console, which is like, all right, fine. Like if you're going to do that, you know, you're going to be playing The Last of Us and it's way clearer and the experience is probably better because you can see more stuff. We're more immersed. But the thing is, if you're doing that, like, yes, I get why they're charging the full price, but if someone bought the previous game on the last like console, like you should get like fucking 10-15% off or like whatever, you know? Like I get it. They know they can charge that money, so that's why they're charging it. But the game or the developers that literally just port games over, that's insane to me. That they just charge the full price after that. Because I get it if there is a bulk of work that developers have to do to get these games to the like next console or whatever. Because some of them actually are like that. They like rebuild the whole game. But, you know, again, that's just coming from a person that like I don't buy remastered games at all.
Yeah.
Like I don't think I've spent money on a remastered game.
Yeah. No, it's fair. And I'm sure that like there's a total mix of people who have and have not. Something that I think about with the maps and like all these remasters is for people like us and probably for some people too who are listening or watching, we've played all these maps, you know, thousands of times. But you got to think too, there's also these people who are coming in where Black Ops 6, crazy enough, is going to be their first COD. You know, or maybe they started in like, you know, Cold War, like during this new era of Call of Duties. So they don't know Hacienda. They don't know firing range and stuff like that. I'd imagine that that's what some developers like, you know, what we're seeing with MW3. They're like, well, this is bringing it to a new audience. I don't like, even still to that point, I don't think that's worth it. You know, I still think that you need to really limit how much you're going to be remastering or carrying over from previous CODs. Because for us who play every year, it just feels mad stale, you know? And you're like, why am I paying all this money for a game where it's like, oh yeah, they changed the color a little bit of this. And like, okay, they moved this over here, you know? All right, sweet. That was $70. Like, bro, this looks exactly the same. Like MW2 to MW3, the UI and everything in Vanguard, like going from one COD to the next. I know they want to keep it streamlined, but I'm like, damn, like it's the same game.
Yeah, you know? Yeah, and it's like like you said, I get why they want to have these nostalgic maps because you capture, you know, us, the audience that, you know, play that game back when it came out, and on top of that, like that was a game that made, you know, Call of Duty like booming. Right. And then now you're trying to capture the young audience that's like getting into it. They're like, if these maps worked on those guys back then, it's going to work on the new people now, which that's not necessarily true at all. Like very, very different games. On top of that, very, very different audiences.
Yeah.
Like, man, could you imagine if we were playing this MW3 back in 2011? Like how cracked we would be, and we already cracked back then.
Yeah,
like we were playing on such high sense, like snapping on people, and not really knowing anything about like strategy and positioning and all that stuff. And then, like, imagine taking that game and sticking it to kids nowadays, because they're growing up on this stuff, the super fast.
Yeah, this is all they know.
Yeah, they'd be like, this is so slow and boring.
Oh yeah,
why would anyone ever play this?
Right.
Like, so you can't take those maps and just do that, right? Like. I feel like it's a very simple equation.
Yeah.
But, well, you know, Treyarch figured it out. They're going to do it right. And the only thing that I can see is that people are going to be like, well, release Raid. Because Raid is a really good map, you know, and we want that competitive. But, again, I still trust Treyarch. They know what they're doing. I still think the route is put out new maps because I completely trust them to put like really, really good 3-lane maps and they're going to be really good for competitive. And then you're going to throw in the older maps again,
Yeah.
that are already good.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, well, I know for myself, I want to see with every COD, even though I know we're in this cycle of they're trying to mainstream everything or say streamline it so it does kind of flow one into the next. But I do want to see quality of life changes. To maybe try to trick me and think that they've made more changes than they actually have. And I saw that when they were menuing in there, dude, like the UI for Black Ops 6, for like what we've seen of it, it just looks better. It looks more like Cold War or even before, where everything was out in front and like the colors looked good. It's like just stupid stuff that you really shouldn't even be nitpicking about make a huge impact, So little things like that I'm seeing, as well as the gameplay itself, just make me realize that it's going to be a good one. And then the other thing, obviously for me too, like the music, I think like, dude, some of the music in Call of Duty, like, I mean, MW2, of course, and like World at War, dude, the music in that game or in those games is so good. It just immediately puts you right where you want to be, like all the emotions and everything. And Cold War was like that too at times. And I saw that they've gone kind of back with their intro music, which is going to be sick. And then I'm just thinking about that, like, bro, they probably had, like tons of different orchestras coming out to rehearse and try to play this music. And I can't wait for it because it just makes it so much epic.
Yeah, their like theme song that got leaked is definitely Black Ops-esque.
Yeah.
Like it reminded me of Black Ops 2, like more futuristic-y. But again, when I heard that and I saw the leak and I like the gameplay, I'm like, okay, this just reinforces everything. Like I can't wait for this game to come out because Black Ops 6 is it's going to be like the year for Call of Duty. This game is going to bring back a lot of people.
Yeah, big time. I think it's going to bring back a lot of people, and I think it's going to keep a lot of people.
I want to get that factor of when I first got Black Ops 4 and I was just playing it like over and over. I want that again.
Yeah.
Like getting super excited at midnight, getting ready to download it or something, or get after work or whatever. Like I'm just thinking about, all right, I'm gonna hop on and play.
Yeah. Dude, that's a feeling I really have not felt in a while, where I wake up in the morning and I'm like, oh, bro, let's get some coffee, let's play. Like, I'm locked in. Yeah, I haven't felt that in a while, probably, honestly, since Cold War.
Yeah, me too. Because, like, granted, I'm moving and stuff right now, but at this point in the year, obviously, the COD cycles, the leaks are coming out and stuff, so people aren't playing MW3 as much. But I know for a fact that during Black Ops 4 and Cold War, I was still like excited to go and play the game.
Yeah.
Like now it's just, it feels like a chore, but not as bad as like previous years. Cause at least when I hop on MW3, the game's fun. Like when we were playing mini games and stuff, like adding that stuff, newer maps. But yeah, like with Black Ops 4 and Cold War, it doesn't matter if the game's just insanely good. Like that's when you have a really, really good game, especially Call of Duty during like the off time.
Yeah. Do you think about how hard it is to achieve that though?
Oh yeah, like it is very hard because like
it's crazy.
Man, like that's why I do think the seasons and stuff they've added, it is good to bring back people into it and excite them and whatever, because we've benefited from like the new game modes and stuff they added.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
That whatever the mini game mode we did.
Which one was this?
The one where it's 2v2.
Oh yeah. We were playing that.
Yeah. Like that's fun, but also helps that the actual gameplay of MW3 is fun too. Like I think like it is hard to sit in small mosh pit like for hours grinding.
Oh yeah.
But I can do it in this game. Like I can sit there for hours.
Yeah.
And not mentally check out too much. But man, I remember Vanguard that time, like it was bad. It was so hard to like grind out the rest of that game. Like we would hop on, maybe play 2 games because we couldn't even load into a game. And it'd be like, all right, dude, like we're done.
Yeah,
we're done.
Those.
and then we'll try to grind out a couple more hours when we can, and then just make it to the next like game.
Yeah, bro. That time was so bad. That's a time I try to like black out from my memory.
Yeah,
because
the only thing that saved that for us was competitive. Because competitive, it was fun in that. But.
Yeah, it was. I mean, and competitive always like keeps you going, and especially too right now. Like that's the same thing. Like it's the other side of it too. Like competitive just finished up, so now it's like, oh man, we were gonna play a game that like no one's really playing anymore competitively.
That's when like those great games like rise.
Exactly.
Because if competitive is gone for us, it's like the pubs are still like insanely fun.
Yeah, dude. If you have a game that again can always be good, like 24/7, and you get that excitement, and like I said, you could play it right up until the end, then you're in for a good one. But yeah, Vanguard sure as shit was not.
Yeah.
That was a 1250. We hit it, and then we're just like, "Yep, Dylan, like get rid of that shit." And it was terrible.
Dude, I remember Blackouts 4, like the times just watching like COD events in my college dorm, just eating Dominoes, and then after that, hopping on and grinding and playing just pubs, and then doing that into the next year of the new COD.
Yeah,
like that's when it's really, really good.
Yeah,
like especially if you're going into the next year, like man, such good times with that.
Yeah, and dude, I'm really trying to be optimistic with it that I think this COD is gonna have that feeling because. I mean, they're just taking chances. Like, I feel like with them, whenever you take a chance on something and people may be skeptical about it, that's when it ends up being a staple. And I think this omni-movement, from what we've seen, like, it just looks great. Like, it looks exactly how I was hoping it would. But it's going to really just matter when I hold the controller and start doing it and getting that feeling. But I think when they take these big risks like that, that's when the big changes in Call of Duty happen, like when MW 2019, same thing, huge shift. And then that ended up being like now the staple for like the past, 4 or 5 years. And now they're stepping up and they're going to do a big change. And I hope it pushes everybody else into the right direction. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And so the gameplay too, like with the Omni movement, you can see you're constantly moving, which is awesome. But I didn't see any tack sprint in it. Like, it looks like you're sprinting all the time, but I didn't see that much tack sprint. So I wonder how much tack sprint's going to play like a role in it. Because obviously you're not going to be tack sprinting like all the time.
Right.
And then, but this is what I hope. Because again, I hate tack sprint. I've voiced that a ton on this podcast. But if Treyarch can find a way to get rid of it, or not like get rid of it, but work around it. And I just thought about it because they sort of did it with Cold War. Tack sprint into a sprint. So you're never doing the stop and then sprint.
Right.
So if you're always sprinting no matter what, that actually might be really cool. So then you get like a burst of speed, and then you're still sprinting.
Yeah.
After that, like when you stop and you bring your gun down.
Aren't they doing something like this with Warzone? Aren't they having like tack sprint being a perk?
Maybe I heard about that. I don't know if it was a rumor or not.
Yeah, I don't know if it is either or not. But I mean, dude, if they're doing something like that, I mean,
because
that'd
then
be great.
it's still fluid.
Yeah,
like you don't get that clunky like, oh, you stop. And then you sprint again.
Well, and you get caught with your gun up.
Yeah,
It's totally fucked.
And something I noticed too is that the animations for your weapon sprinting is different, like among the type of weapon that you have, like and the tack sprint. Like how right now in the tack sprint, whatever weapon you have, like you pull up, and you sprint. In this, I saw like with the DMR, when you sprint, your gun like comes to the side a little bit, and then with one of the SMGs or whatever, like you're still basically just sprinting, like your gun's still like up.
Yeah.
So Treyarch can figure out a way to get around it. If anyone can do it, they can do it.
Bro, I'll tell you too, because like one of the last things I saw on this whole thing, and I just saw it today. Did you see that the celebrations at the end, or like the winner's circle is coming back?
Yeah.
Bro.
I'm glad that was confirmed, leaked, because that was a rumor for a while.
Yeah.
Like, for people that don't know, back in BO3, the celebration circle or whatever, the winner circle, top 3 players on your team, and then you can do, you get to emote like in Fortnite.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Bro. Yeah, the amount of disrespect that you could lay down on people, and everyone's on the mic chirping, talking.
Oh yeah,
you know,
yeah, yeah.
they're like swearing at you
Yeah.
on the other team, and then you're just like, you know what?
Yeah.
You know, with that.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
This is the thing. If Treyarch somehow they get me, the customer that doesn't like spending money, for me to buy like an insane skin or like an emote just to do that, they're gonna be the ones to do it.
Yeah.
Because I mean, look, Call of Duty, they've been putting out really good skins. Like they have been good skins, but I'm not spending that much money.
Yeah, no.
On like these packs or whatever. But now you throw in these emotes, it's like a different like category.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I had one with in BO3 with what's the guy? Gravity Spikes guy.
Ruin.
Ruin, yeah. And it was like the champion, so he would go up like
Yeah.
the belt with first place, and I'm like, dude, that's sick. I want stuff like that.
I know. I love that stuff. And I know what you mean, category of stuff. It's like a new thing they could try to monetize.
Yeah.
And I'm here for it.
I don't need calling cards and emblems
No, I don't.
and little stickers.
Yeah, no, fuck all that. I think that stuff is like...
You should be able to unlock it.
Yeah, that stuff to me is just mega filler that I never see anybody use, because it is exactly that. Like, everybody cares about the, like, maybe a weapon skin, character skin, or now if you could do something like that where you're in the winner circle and you can buy, like... Dude, say if they did like a WWE one, right? And they had like a celebration in the winner circle like that, where you're like, I don't know, they have like a corner of the ring and you stand up on it.
Yeah.
That would be so cool. You know, all the collaborations that they have done in the past, I'm sure they're going to keep doing it. But if they did custom ones like related to that event, yeah, I'd be pulling out the wallet.
Yeah, I'd definitely be more inclined to buy something like that.
Yeah, and I think they're doing the season still, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're not putting the prestiges with it. So this is something too in the the season like roadmap or the battle pass rather. I hope that we see that. I hope instead of some like random stickers and stuff, that you're seeing a lot of these like epic or legendary finishers.
Yeah, and they're taking the risk. It's not even a risk of going back to the old prestige system. But like it's great for us who want to grind super early, and you have a reason to grind to hit that max prestige. And then on top of that, like with the seasons now, season 1 is over, you get something new in season 2. Like, again, the seasons, there are perks to it, but like I'm glad they're not tying the prestige to it, because I don't know, because like ever since the seasons came out and it ties the level cap with it, like it is nice to the point where like you and I, we know, okay, we have to hit this level, but there's always like slight pressure, and we're always remembering we have to hit this no matter what. Like we have to. With the prestige system, like that's just completely gone. Like you can just do it whenever you want. Granted, like like we want to go up as fast as we can, but it's like you can just keep going.
There's no pressure.
Yeah,
I feel like that for me is the main thing. When I see a timer like that, I hate that.
Yeah.
In a game, I'm like, man, I don't want to know though. There's 55 days. Like, I know that nothing changes. Like I can go and I'm gonna be like, I think I'm like 950 something right now. I'm gonna stay 950 for as long as I like don't play the game. But I just don't like that if I get to 1050 now, for me there's no reason to play anymore, because I'm not playing towards anything. Because I have to wait until the next season. And we've been like that. We would hit the max level like a couple of weeks beforehand, and then we would like barely play. We'd maybe play like one match, and then we'd go play party games, and then maybe we'd go and play
or going ranked.
Yeah, exactly.
That's mainly it.
Yeah, it's like we just didn't care. So yeah, I don't like how they've been tied to the seasons. So I'm really glad that it's going to be separated. Because that's part of just the nostalgia too, bro. It's like, I mean, I say the nostalgia, like I just went on my whole rant about that bullshit, but it's cool. Like it brings the nostalgia for me, where you see these guys who are like 3rd or 4th prestige, and you're like, holy shit, like just a couple of days into the game coming out. That's what I want to see. And I don't know if they've shown the prestige emblems, but I hope for really cool prestige emblems.
Oh yeah, I'm sure Treyarch's gonna have like cool stuff cooked up because they always have really good prestige emblems. And yeah, like that's the thing with the leveling. I want to load in the game, like you said, and see someone that's like 5th prestige already. Like, oh man, they've been grinding. But then I don't know. I don't feel the pressure to get to 5th as fast as them when it's not like tied in the season. I don't know how to explain it.
No, I know exactly what you mean.
Because like if I load in and like I think I'm almost 900, I think.
Yeah, you are.
And I see you're at like 1050 already, like max. I'm like, ah, shit. Okay, I gotta pick up and like grind way more because I know there is a time limit on me to hit that, and like you already hit it. But when it's just open ended and like, yeah, obviously I want to stay close to you in terms of like prestige or whatever, but like it doesn't matter because I know I'm gonna hit like whatever the max is at some point.
Right.
And I'm not like time constrained to that.
Yeah, it's not like. I mean, even still within the seasons, we know we're going to hit the max level, but you're still in this, like right now, like in this season. I mean, bro, like look at your life. You have so much going on. You're like, oh, dude, like this time, fuck. Like you want to hit that 1050 by the end of the season, and you will, but it's just tougher. Whereas if you have free time, like in the prestige isn't tied to anything, then you're just like, well, this is just a time I can't really play that much, but it doesn't matter, you know, because there is no like, oh, if you get to this level by this point, then you're going to be able to like now unlock all the next prestiges, you know, or just be ready for them. Yeah. I don't like having a time constraint or like a level cap on stuff like that. I'd rather it be like what they're going to do. You hit 10th prestige and then you enter master and it goes to 1,000.
Yeah.
And then you're done. It's like, and if the game's good enough, you'll hit that 1,000 and there'll be a reason for you to still play it, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And the people are probably going to say, well, you don't need to hit the max level because like within the season, because then next season comes out, right? And you're still the same level and you can keep leveling up. Yeah, but
I feel like I failed that season.
Exactly. We have to hit it.
I feel like the whole point of season 5 is like, oh, we have the new prestiges.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, when I get to 1050, I'm like, I have done that. I have finished that. Whereas if I stay right now 950, then season 5's done and season 6 comes out, I'm like, oh, bro, I'm lagging behind finishing up season 5's prestiges, and now I got to start season 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember which COD did it.
OCD.
Yeah, right. Maybe it was Vanguard, but it was like it gave you like emblems for every prestige you did or something like that.
Say that. What was it again?
It had like an emblem
for every prestige you did.
Yeah, like underneath your name or something like that. Was that Cold War?
I'm trying to remember which one that was. I don't know.
Because again, like we've hit max level in like everything since Vanguard.
Yeah.
Like. So it'd be cool if, like, in this game, it showed, you know, like we hit max level in this and this.
Oh,
and this.
well.
I can't remember which game did that.
Well, one that did was a while. I mean, you're not thinking of Black Ops, are you?
No.
Because Black Ops did do that. The original one.
I thought there was a newer game that did something like that.
I'm trying to think. It may have been Cold War. I mean, it definitely wasn't MW or...
No, it was definitely not MW.
So of all those, it had to have been either... It has to be a Treyarch. It has to be Cold War.
Yeah, maybe.
Or Black Ops. I don't think Black Ops 4 did anything like that.
No. It's definitely like in the new era.
Yeah, so it must have been Cold War then.
But,
where they did something like that.
See, that's cool, though, because you can... Again, you're tracking like a vet.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, yeah, I'm probably not going to do this, but choosing to stop at 3rd prestige, because, you know, back in the day, you couldn't change your emblem till like later on. But obviously now I'm sure if you hit master, you get to choose whatever emblem you want. But like you could see someone that's like 1st prestige and they just decide to stop. But then you see that they're a vet at every other COD and they're like, they've hit max and everything.
Yeah. So then you know how good this person actually is, you know? Yeah. I mean, I loved how Black Ops 1 did that. They were so innovative, thinking of just when you hover over your name, you see the past CODs. Because it went back to COD 4. It's COD 4, World at War, MW, and Black Ops 1. It was Black Ops 1. So this was, which COD was this then that did it? It must not have been, wow, I'm actually tweaking on this. I can't even remember which COD it was. It definitely wasn't Black Ops 1. It had to have been a later one where they put that in there. Because I remember you could view...
was it World War II?
No, it wasn't that late. I'm still thinking in like hella early times. It was like it may have been like an MW3 thing. That might have been an MW3 thing when you could hover over your.
I can't remember.
Dude, our brains
They
are
all
fried, bro.
yeah.
They all meld together.
Yeah.
But that idea of hover, so someone did it.
Yeah,
Where
yeah.
you hover over and you can see all the prestiges from the past CODs. I don't know why they don't do that. Like you don't have to do all of them, but bro, like do like from Vanguard or from like Cold War on to now. Like,
Yeah,
dude, we
yeah.
look like bosses.
I know. Yeah, they need to do something with like the loading screen. Like back in the day, you can like hover over everyone. Like you go and see, you know, stats or whatever. I want to see that stuff.
Yeah, why is
like,
the loading screen into maps like? Why does that suck now?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I care about how I rank in the lobby amongst others. Like, why can't I hit stats and see like my KD among like everyone else, or like something like that?
And I like looking at like people's names, like hovering over stuff and like seeing their titles and emblems.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, like I don't know why I cared more about that stuff back then. Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, you can still do that, but I just feel like it's not as what's the word?
It's not as important, you know.
Yeah,
or
important,
like,
or like they don't push it.
Yeah, it's not as obvious.
Yeah, yeah.
It's way more just. I think it just blends, you know, and it doesn't blend in a good way where you just see it off to the right and like. Bro, everybody has like the same title because you can't, you don't even know how to change it. You have to click R3 and then it brings it up. It's like it doesn't go to like, you know, what I don't even know, like customize like you know name or whatever like that.
Yeah.
Like it's a kind of a hidden menu, so everyone's got the same thing off to the right, you know. And I don't even know because I haven't done it in this game. If you can hover over and look at their character,
You can.
yeah,
Yeah.
But again, it's not really clear.
Yeah, like I want it to be like Black Ops 4.
Yeah.
Like where you know, the emblems are cool and the calling cards are cool and stuff. They're not the most important, but like I remember having super cool like calling cards, like the animated calling cards.
Oh, they were so cool.
Stuff that you had to do challenges to unlock. And I hope they're gonna do that definitely. And having like different weapon camos, like and stuff like that. And I just know Treyarch's gonna do a good job. They will do a good job, and I'm very, very excited.
Yeah, and these leaks, like closing out, man, these leaks were just all, you know, good signs of that. I think there wasn't anything in there that you know, upset people. I think maybe one thing regarding the zombies I saw is that the loadout is coming back to zombies, which I don't like that.
Yeah.
I'd rather it be, again, like you just go on the wall. Like you start with
Classic zombies.
Yeah, you start with the pistol and then you got to find stuff on the wall.
Yeah.
But I will take their word at it. I'll see how they end up doing it. Because again, even though like Cold War Zombies had that, I still thought Cold War Zombies was phenomenal.
Yeah. Me
despite
too.
that, you know.
I understand where the zombies community is coming from because they're not going all the way back to like classic, but you know, Cold War Zombies was the best zombies we've had in, you know, recent years. So it's like, I'll trust Treyarch on what they're doing.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, like the story is gonna outweigh that little stuff.
Yeah.
You know? And obviously, like your loadout's gonna be like shit. Like in the beginning. So.
No, definitely. So yeah, I mean, dude, that pretty much, like, again, huge shout out to that guy, whoever he was. I think they did find his name.
He's never getting Call of Duty ever.
Yeah, bro. Or he's
getting sued.
Yeah, he's not going to be able to afford Black Ops 6 after the lawsuits. Because yeah, man, that guy just gave us such good insight into it.
Yeah.
And yeah, like we're just all going to be sitting with excitement now because we've got the open beta coming up in 25 days of doing this. It's August 30th. And I can't wait for it.
Yeah. So when you guys, it's still in July, but my calendar is. So when this comes out, it's going to be in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Still.
Which is crazy.
2 weeks. Yeah.
I can't wait, bro. But yeah, man, I think that pretty much covers it. Unless you had anything else you wanted to add to it.
Yeah, I'm gonna shout it out again, but go to the COD Casuals community on Twitter because we're just always on, so you can just chat with us there.
Yeah, no, for real, especially with stuff like this.
Yeah, exactly. So
You know, it's good to keep in touch with this, and then especially too after the beta. I mean, we'll be playing it and asking questions, seeing what you guys think about it, because I know I want to hear what people think.
Yeah,
I'd
me
like to
too.
know if people think it's godlike or if they think it's the worst COD ever. If you think it's the worst COD ever, I don't know what to tell you, bro.
yeah, yeah,
You gotta go play some more Call of Duty.
Yeah.
That's what you gotta do. But yeah, I think that'll do it then. Yeah.
yeah.
Cool. So again, everybody, thank you so much for listening to episode 182 of the COD Casuals podcast. Be sure to go to anchor.fm/COD Casuals. That's where we are on all streaming platforms, as well as going to the Instagram and TikTok. If you don't watch the whole episode, we cut them up and you post them over there, as well as our YouTube. We post every episode there as well. So if you want to see the video, be sure to go there, like, comment, and subscribe. And then, as Justin said before, of course, going to X, that's our main home base. So if you ever have any questions or want us to talk about things, please reach out to us there. And I think that does it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So again, everybody, thank you for listening to episode number 182 of the COD Casuals podcast. We're your host, Mike,
I'm Justin.
and we'll see you guys next week. Take it easy, everybody.
See ya.